This is the Hawk. Happy New Year, everybody. 2021. So let's recap on 2020. Massive lockdowns, restrictions, masks, the forcing of vaccines, and many, many other things. The collapse of restaurants, businesses, schools, affecting our children. Entire world messed up. Ridiculous decisions made by so-called experts and politicians looking for attention to try and keep power, which is merely a sickness. And then there's South Africa. In the last year, without anybody knowing, you had visitors from all over the world coming there, basically talking to your government to con them into giving them what they want. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle came. Bill Gates came. Melinda Gates came. The Soroses came. The Obamas came. Oprah Winfrey came. They all came. And funny enough, Ramaphosa sat there waffling on his presidential speeches and slowly but surely fed you a bunch of nonsense. And now the World Health Organization are basically living in his complex. They're running their operation from his home, from his headquarters. They tell him what to say. The average South African right now lives on 18 Rand. 18 Rand a day. While the president sends his little coward forward, Cele, General Cele, puts people on the beaches of South Africa to arrest the innocent and harass people and lock them up to get attention, to avert what is actually happening in South Africa. When he cannot stop the rapes, and he cannot stop the murders, and he sent people into Khayelitsha and into these other places. He never did a damn thing to stop anything. But he's such a chicken. He is a coward. He sends them to the beaches where it's safe, so where he can't get shot at, where his so-called police, brave police, can go and harass people for not having masks, or deny them for swimming on the beaches, because it's safe for him. And when he was fired by Zuma, and to be fired by Zuma, you must have done something really bad, only to be reinstated because he was blackmailing them when he was ordered to murder the miners, the Pondo miners, by Cyril Ramaphosa. He should not be in this position. He should have been jailed for murder, along with Ramaphosa. And Ramaphosa doing his speech for the new year with crocodile tears, how he feels sorry for the South African people. Well, if you felt sorry for the South African people, maybe the billions of dollars that you receive from the United States for AIDS from the hard-working US taxpayer would have gone to rebuilding roads, schools, hospitals that are not collapsing like they are right now, and arresting criminal, corrupt politicians that are not using the money to buy Maseratis in 911 Porsches and Mercedes-Benz and Lamborghinis. And you would have arrested Julius Malema for inciting the murder of people and rioting and spreading the so-called COVID-19 virus throughout the cities while these people are burning down hospitals, schools, railway stations, burning the roads, shooting up trucks, destroying your country, while Cele is running around with his stupid hat on, arresting innocent people on beaches. There's something very wrong with this picture. The people in the United States should stop sending aid to this criminal government because they are not putting the money where it's supposed to go. They are putting it in their pockets. If the so-called IMF sent him $50 million or even $100 million or even $300 million, even $1 billion, where is the money? It disappeared the minute they got it. It vanished because there is no money. If the average South African is living on 18 Rand a month, that means that the average South African is living on $1.50, if that, a month. There's something seriously wrong with that picture. Now, the World Health Organization is camped out at Cyril Ramaphosa's home. If I was the citizens of South Africa, I would go there and I demand that they leave the country. As I've said before, you will be inoculated. You will be forced to take this vaccine. Is it the same vaccine you're going to get from the ones that have been brought forward in the United States? I very much doubt it. I very much doubt it. If there's 60 million South Africans making $1.50, where's the money? The money's disappeared. Why? Because you have crooked politicians in South Africa. 26 years, and South Africa is on the verge of collapse. And yet your president is shutting down your businesses, arresting people, destroyed the little tourist trade that you have now, that nobody wants to come there anymore. Nobody in their right mind is going to invest in South Africa. Not when your crime rate is so high that you have the highest murder rate in the world, highest rape rate in the world. A 94-year-old lady was just raped on New Year's Eve by a 34-year-old man, and he stole her TV. But Cele is arresting people peacefully swimming on the beaches. Too busy trying to look like he's somebody else. Not busy sending his police to do correct police work. The fingerprint department of the South African government has collapsed. The DNA department of the South African government has collapsed. 90% of the reports done by the police get lost or never refiled. Nobody's doing their job, Cele. You are a murderer. You ordered the police to shoot on innocent minors. You then blackmailed the president of South Africa to keep your job after you were fired. You should have been put in jail for murder. Cyril Ramaphosa ordered those murders. He should also be put in jail. He has now sold his soul to the WHO, the World Health Organization, and he's about to sell the whole of South Africa a bunch of goods. And if you look at it, there's 60 million of you and maybe 300 of them. Do you understand what I'm saying? As for Julius Malema, he's just a tool, an idiot, a loudmouth who threatens. Now, if you recall, during or before the Second World War, there was a little man called Hitler, and he had the brown shirts, and they just like the EFF. They run over there, and they threaten people, and they beat them up, and they force, and they come with a mob, and then they paint your house like a Jew, and you're a racist, and they go to cliques, and they go to schools, and they attack people, and in the end, people are scared to say anything. And when criminals take over your homes and you kick them out, you call them racists. No, they're criminals. They're just thieves. And the EFF comes and threatens you. What do? You abandon it. And you keep moving backwards and backwards and backwards until there's nothing left. And then Julius Malema is your president. And then it lands up. Somebody has to take charge and kill him, or attack him, or take over the country again and fight back. And history repeats itself over and over again. You are the voice of the people. You are the power. So my New Year's message to you is demand the removal of the ANC. Demand the arrest of Julius Malema and the entire EFF for crimes against humanity. Remove this parasite from your country. Get rid of the Chinese. And get rid of the Communist Party. You are not safe if you do not do something. It is pointless sitting on your couch and saying, Hawk, do this, bring an army. The army's not coming. Nobody's coming. Believe me, nobody's coming. I have a petition in my description that's been there for almost a year now for full-blown sanctions against the South African government, for human rights violations, and to stop all foreign aid to South Africa for what they are doing. The land reform bill is a human rights violation. Secretary Pompeo of the United States told them so. And it's also economic suicide. But they don't listen. There's only one way to make them listen, is to take the money away. I cannot help you if you do not want to help yourselves. Now you have a lot of people shouting and screaming in South Africa, but unless you unite, help me get this petition signed. You have no voice. You have no nothing. Yes, everybody's starting a petition. Right now we have 62,000 signatures. I should have had 6 million signatures. Everybody's screaming, I can't take it. I don't like this. I hate this. But you will not do anything for yourselves. Now I know some of you have said that they can find out who you are and what the addresses are. Is that all you're worried about? They can't kill 1 million of you. And by the time they realize what's happening, there will be an army on their shores. They will have no money. They will not be able to function. But unless you sign something and give us a voice to give it to the rest of the world, nobody's coming. To all the groups in South Africa, black, white, Indian, colored, unless you unite against this evil and start at a grassroots level. Don't start from the top, start at the bottom with your workers. Talk to them, explain what is going on. Because unless you change the mindset, you can't change anything. I understand many in South Africa, well, some people in South Africa think they can secede into their own homeland. I disagree. You'll be just classed as racists again. It will not work. And even if you did, there will be a campaign to blow you out of the water again, and you'll be into another mess. My solution for you is a federal system of many states, and call it the United States of South Africa, where there's no central government, very limited central government. Each state is autonomous under a central group. Each state demographically have the same people, like the Zulus, Xhosa, Sutus, Venda, whites, Indians, coloreds. You all understand your needs, but you can't have a central government that dictates your needs. You will be better off. You can control your states better and to provide better funding, better upkeep, and better management than what you have right now. Because if the central government of South Africa cannot provide for the rest of the country, they will never ever do this now, not after 26 years. Their leadership is corrupt. Every every single leader in that country is corrupt. So for 2021, my suggestion is unite, find a better solution. Listen to what I'm saying. Solution, not violence. People like Malema just want to violently take over power, threaten, and he's a coward. He's not in the front lines. He sends you there to the front lines to get shot at, tear gassed, water bombed, and he runs away in his Armani suit and his Gucci shoes. And somebody's paying him to set you up, use you like a mampumpan. At the end of the day, where is he? He's sitting with General Cele in the courthouse, smiling and laughing because they know exactly what's coming. And Cyril Ramaphosa just sold you to the WHO and locked you down again. And you've got idiots like Zuma who are just parasites. Don't forget to sign the petition. Share it with 10 people and get them to sign it. Get 10 people to sign it as well. Let's move forward. With 1 million signatures, we have a voice. We have power. We have something to offer. But without that, 62,000 is like a drop in the ocean when there's 60 million of you suffering under this communist corrupt government who has sold you to other governments to control you. And now you earn 18 Rand a month when you should be earning at least 18,000 Rand a month. Where are you people? Why can you not see it? Because you're being lied to. Your SABC is controlled by the government, propaganda. Your foreign news is CNN. CNN is the communist news network. What does that tell you? You're controlled. Even this medium is controlled. Even Facebook is controlled. It's all controlled by the same people. They want to control the human race, and yet our people are suffering. And they still vote for the same people. And they think a thief is a hero because he stole some money. He's got a fancy car. And you praise them. How do you think that way? And to all the Christian leaders in South Africa, where are you? Is just your hand out every Sunday? Hallelujah, give me $10. And let me take this money, Lord, and throw it in the air and say, bless the money, whatever falls down is for me. Is that what you want? Where are you? Are you standing in front of the crowd, telling the people to stop doing what they're doing? No. You're hiding because you're not brave enough to confront the government, a non-believing government. Where are the lawyers? You know they're breaking the law. Where are the lawyers that are supporting EFF and getting them off murder charges, assault charges, inciting murder charges? These are white people who only see money. There's only one or two groups that are actually standing up, like AfriForum. And I have my problems with AfriForum, but at least they're doing something. Where are the lawyers? Why aren't you grouping together and using your time to fight constitutional law and bringing international law against the South African government for human rights violations? Because land reform should never have been on the books. It's a violation of the ICC rules on human rights. It's also a violation of the Geneva Convention. It's also a violation or U.S. international law on the Eli Wiesel law? Where are you? Why must we, people out here battling to get this message out, scream and risk our lives and our reputations and our livelihoods, trying to help when nobody will step forward? Nobody. So in 2021, I challenged the lawyers. I challenged the religious leaders. I challenge all the leaders of all the little groups to unite. I don't care who you are, but unless I see solutions, all I hear is noise. I'm just one man trying to help you. The petition below is for sanctions, full-blown economic sanctions against the South African government to stop them from what they are doing. Believe me, I don't care about the UN. But once you cut off the money and blockade the harbors, they are landlocked. They cannot do a thing, and it won't take long. The ANC will capitulate because they're cowards, and the people will turn on them for the truth because they've been lied to for 26 years. The so-called dream of making South Africa a better place is no longer a dream. It's a nightmare because you allowed people like Zuma and Ramaphosa to take over. You thought uneducated thieves were your heroes. These are not heroes. These are criminals. They'd rape your woman, rape your children, steal your money, and leave you destitute to walk in sewage for the rest of your lives. And no international government ever gonna invest in your country or trust you with these policies. Because why would I buy land in South Africa when I know the government's coming there to steal it? Or some idiot like Julius Malema will step forward and bring his minions who are uneducated, dressed in red, go in there and burn your house down. I would not invest 1 red cent in South Africa until the ANC government and the EFF and the BLF are completely annihilated, removed from society. There's 60 million of you, and 300 of them, they don't belong in your society. You know what to do. This is the Hawk. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Like and share. And remember, you have the power to fix this. I'm out of here. Happy New Year.